Hello students. So in the previous class we were talking about that of the properties of the magnet. So what are the different properties of the magnet, student? So we have studied that the first property of the magnet, that this magnet, it help in giving the direction. Okay, how is it so? If suppose you take a bar magnet and you tie it with thread and suspend it freely, okay, then as being the freely suspended magnet, this bar magnet will align itself in the north and the south pole. Okay, so this north and the south pole is what? It is actually showing the north direction and the south direction. Okay, so when you freely align it or when you make it freely suspended, then it will help in giving the direction, and that is the north and south direction. We study an activity also, that if suppose we tie it with thread and align it, and if suppose we try to change the direction of that of the bar magnet forcefully in the other direction and leave it again, make it again as a free magnet, then what will happen? Again it will come back to its same position, and that is the north and the south position. Okay, so it doesn't matter that what force you are applying to change the direction. As you leave it freely, it will again shows the north and the south direction respectively. Okay, the second property we have studied in that of the properties of the magnet, that is that if two like poles are there, that two like poles, they repel each other, and if two unlike poles are there, then it will going to attract each other. In this one, we have studied that when the two like poles are there, student, like that of the south pole and south pole, if we keep the two bar magnet where the south pole of one of the magnet is close to the south pole of the other magnet, when we bring them closer to each other, it will start repulsion. It will start repelling each other. It will start moving far away from each other. So this shows that like pole, it repel each other. Same thing when we do with that of the north pole. So if suppose we take a two north pole, and two north pole, it means a bar magnet showing the one north pole, another bar magnet whose north pole. So both of the north pole, when you take it or when you bring them close to each other, there also this happens that it will start repelling each other. So in both of the cases, you see that the like poles, they are having the tendency to repel each other. Magnet, when we are talking about the magnet, student, in the first property, we said that this help in giving the direction. Now, who will use this property very well? So, when the artificial magnet was not invented, or when the when there is no source of finding the direction, okay, then this magnet is used for the direction itself. So this magnetite or this natural magnet or lodestone, the travelers, they used to keep it with them, a piece of a bar magnet, and tie them with a thread. Whenever they face a problem in finding the direction, they used to suspend it, and by that they get the north and south direction. Same thing happened with that of the sailors, students. So sailors, those who travel on sea, on ship, so they used to carry this magnet with them, the bar magnet with them, and this bar magnet help in giving the direction of the north and south, by which they can conclude by finding the east and west direction also. So ultimately this will help in finding the direction of the travelers. We have also studied, students, right now we were taking only that of the natural magnet. One more magnet is there which is discovered later, that is an artificial magnet, and that artificial magnet which help in giving the direction to the traveler is known as the magnetic compass. Okay, so magnetic compass is what which help in finding the direction for the travelers. Okay, so we were studying the first property, then the second one, up to like poles, that like poles they used to repel each other. Now if you see in the second property itself, student, so in the second property we said that like poles they repel each other, and unlike poles, they attracts each other. Okay, so like poles they repel each other and unlike poles they attract each other. Okay students, how the unlike poles they attract each other? What is the unlike pole, student? So if suppose we have taken a bar magnet. Okay, this bar magnet is having one north pole and one south pole. Now we had taken another bar magnet. This bar magnet is also having the same condition, that is one is south pole and another is north pole. So you can see here student, north pole, south pole, they are different from each other. Okay, so they are the two ends, so they are different from each other. So here one is the north pole, one is the south pole. Here we can understand with the another diagram, and that is if suppose we had taken here south pole and here the north pole, and just opposite to that is north pole and south pole. So you see here student, again in the first case, here it is the north pole, this one is the south pole, and here this is the south pole and this one is the north pole. So both the poles are not like to each other. They are different from each other. As such kind of a poles, we use the term for them, and that is the unlike poles, which are not like to each other. Okay, so north and south, south or north, they are different from each other. So if suppose we make these two magnet comes close to each other, then what you will see students, you will see that they start attracting each other towards itself. Okay, so if two poles are there, if they are of different poles, they are unlike poles, so they will start attracting towards each other. Same thing happened here also, the north pole will attract the south pole or the south pole attracts that of the north pole. So we can say that the opposite poles or that of the unlike poles, they attract each other. Okay students? So you have seen students that unlike poles, they attract each other. A very good example of this, that the devices that we use at our home, like that of the TV or the radio, all the electronic devices, they are made up of, or you can say that they consisting of the magnet itself, or they work on the magnetism. Okay, so all the devices, all the electronic devices that we use, it basically consisting of a magnetic property, or it is having the magnetism in it. So in such devices, if suppose you bring a strong magnet in front of these devices, so you have seen that the device is not work properly. Okay, so it will not working properly. It is because that the magnetic property or the magnetism is already inside the device, and when you bring a strong magnet close to that of the device, so ultimately what happened, the attraction will be happen between the magnetism which is inside the device and the strong magnet which you are taking and keeping it in front of the devices. Then due to this attraction, due to this effect, it will cause the device to not to work properly. Okay, so we should always keep the strong magnet away from such devices. Okay student, so we have seen that the like poles are there, they repel each other, and unlike poles, since it is having the one north pole, one south pole, both poles are opposite to each other, and we know that the opposite, these are the opposite poles, they attract, and the same poles, that is the like poles, if it is north pole or south pole, say same poles, they repels each other. Okay students? Now after that, these are the properties. Okay, these are the two properties of the magnet. First one, it helps in giving the direction, and second one, the property is the like poles, they repel, and unlike poles, they attract each other. Then the second one, what we will say, that how can we make a magnet? We said that there are some material which is having the property of the magnet. Okay, it means which shows the attraction towards that of the magnet, and such kind of a material is a magnetic material. And there are some materials which do not show such attraction towards that of the magnet, and we call them as a non-magnetic material. So is it possible to change that of the magnetic material to that of the magnet, or is it possible to convert such materials into magnet, or we can say how can we make an object to show the property of the magnetism, or how can we make an object as a magnet. Okay. So we will see making your own magnet. How can we prepare our own magnet, students? So making your own magnet. So how can we prepare our own magnet, students? So you see, the magnet is what? Which is having the property of attraction. So if we are able to make an object to show the property of attraction, then we can say that we make that object as a magnet. We convert that object as a magnet. So for that, one thing is important, student. You can convert a material or an object into magnet if it is showing the attraction towards that of the magnet. It means I am talking about the magnetic material. So we will take a magnetic material, and if we take that magnetic material, we are able to convert the magnetic material into that of the magnet. Now what is the process, students? In your book you will see there is an activity given, and in that activity the two things is required for making the magnet. The first thing is the iron bar, and the second thing is the bar magnet. Okay, so two things is there. One is the iron bar, which we have to make the magnet, and the second one is the bar magnet, with the help of which we convert this iron bar into a magnet. Okay, so what we will do, student, we will take this iron bar and this bar magnet. Now, if suppose this is the iron bar, so we'll take this iron bar and we keep this iron bar on the wooden table. Okay, so we'll keep it on the wooden table, and then we will take a bar magnet. Okay, so at first we will hold this of the iron bar from the one end without lifting it, without moving it. We will keep it stiff on that of the wooden table. Then we will take a bar magnet. In the bar magnet, we will hold the bar magnet also from one of them. Okay, and then what we will do, we will start moving this one end, we will keep at the other end of that of the iron bar. So what we will do, we will start moving the one end, the lower end of the bar magnet over the length of this iron bar. Okay, student, I'll explain you again. We will take a iron bar and we will take a bar magnet. We have to convert the iron bar into magnet, and we have to, with the help of that of the bar magnet, we are able to convert the iron bar into that of the magnet. So we will take the iron bar and we will keep it on that of the wooden table. Now when we keep it on the wooden table, we will hold this iron bar from one end. Now we will take a bar magnet and we will hold this iron bar also from one end. Okay, now from the other end of this iron bar, we'll start moving this bar magnet over the entire length of this iron bar without lifting this bar magnet. Okay, so without lifting this bar magnet, we will move this bar magnet over that of the iron rod, over that of the iron bar, from the one end to the other end, that is the entire length of that of the iron bar, from the lower end of the bar magnet, without lifting the bar magnet. Now we will do the same process from 30 to 40 times again and again. So at first what we will do, student, we will keep it on the wooden table. Okay, it is not moving at all, so we will keep the iron bar on the wooden table. Now we will take the bar magnet, we will hold the bar magnet from one end, and from the other lower end of the bar magnet, we will start moving on the entire length of that of the iron bar. Okay, so once we will start from here, okay, from the one end of the iron bar, and we start continuously moving it to the entire length of the iron bar, and finally it will comes to the other end of the iron bar. Now what we will do, now we will lift the bar magnet again, and we will take this lower end again from where again to that same portion of the iron bar from where we had started moving that of the bar magnet, student. So you see, this is the lower end from where we have started that of the bar magnet to move on that of the iron bar. Okay, so if it is the iron bar and we have started from this of the bar magnet, so at first it will start moving. The lower end of the bar magnet is moving over the entire length of the iron bar, and as it comes to the one end of this iron bar, we will lift the bar magnet. Now when we lift it, again we will take the same end of the bar magnet to the same end from where we have started of that of the iron bar. Now we will move the iron bar again, we will move the bar magnet again over the iron bar, then again we will lift it. Then we will start keeping it on the same end of that of the iron bar and still start moving it over the entire line. So this process we will do it for 30 to 40 times over that of the iron bar, student. And due to which this iron bar, after 30 to 40 times, students, you will see that this iron bar will start behaving like a magnet. Okay, so we had taken the iron bar, we had taken that of the bar magnet. We start moving the bar magnet over the one end of the iron bar to the entire length to the other end of the iron bar. Now we will move, we will lift up this of the bar magnet. Again we will keep this bar magnet on the one end of this iron bar and start moving over the entire length of that of the iron bar. So continuously we are doing this in the same direction. We are repeating the process again and again. We are not doing like that if suppose we have started from here, from this end, and we ended at this end. Now again we will start from this end and start moving in the opposite direction. Never, student. The direction, the way, the process by which we have started moving that of the bar magnet over the iron bar, the same process we will do without disturbing it, without moving the bar magnet in the opposite direction. No, student. We will do it, the process again and again in the same method. Okay, in the same way. Okay, so after doing this process for 30 to 40 times, 30 to 40 times, you will see this iron bar will start showing the property of attraction towards the another magnetic material. Okay, so we can say that this iron bar, because of this bar magnet, it starts behaving like a magnet, student. So by this process we can make the magnet, we can make a magnetic material, we can make a iron bar into a magnet or shows the property of a magnet, students. Okay. So you see here, by this method we can convert not only that of the iron bar but that of the sewing needle or iron rod, a coin, iron rod, sewing needle, a coin, or any of the material which is actually a magnetic material. Even that of the blade also, student. If you see the razor blade, so razor blade also, if we want, we can convert them, we can, because this is made up of a steel only. So if these are the magnetic material, if suppose you want to convert them into magnet or to make them to show the property of a magnet, we will do the same process. We will take the object, any of the object out of this, we will take a bar magnet, we will keep it on the wooden table, we will take the bar magnet and hold it from one end, starts moving the lower end to the entire length of the material, and at the other end of this material we will lift up the magnet, and then again we will start with the same end from where the lower end of the bar magnet has been started. Okay, so we will start doing the same thing at the end of the magnet, at the end of that iron material, we will lift it up, the magnet, we will lift it up, and then again we will do the same process. So by this, by 30 to 40 times, if you do the process again and again, then you will observe that this material which starts behaving like a magnet. Now student, these kind of a magnet is actually a weak magnet. Okay, so we will not say that they always having this property. No, so these are actually the weak magnet. Now we will talk a magnet which we consider them as a strong magnet. And these magnetism, these magnetic property which came in that of the material, it is actually due to the flow of electricity in them. As electricity flow in them, it will produce a magnetism in it. And such kind of a magnet, we called them as electromagnet. Electromagnet. Electro means what, student? Electricity. So this term electro came from electricity. Magnet, you know that is a magnet only. Okay, so electricity and magnetism. So what is the relationship between that of the electricity and that of the magnetism, student? So in case of an electromagnet, this magnet are prepared artificially by giving the electricity to that particular material. As we provide electricity, this electricity help in creating the magnetism inside to that of the material, and thus it starts behaving like a strong magnet. So what kind of a magnet is formed by that of the electricity when we apply electricity to that of an object? So it will start behaving like a strong. So we can say that electromagnets are actually the strong magnet. Okay, so when we supply electricity to that of the magnetic material, student, these magnetic material start producing a magnetism around it. Okay, so they start producing the magnetism around it, and thus they start behaving like a magnet. Okay, and such kind of a magnet we call them as an electromagnet. So we can write it that as we supply electricity to a magnetic material, what it will do? It will start producing a magnet. So it will produce a magnet around it, and thus called as electromagnet. Okay, students? So these are what? Electromagnet, which is produced by the electricity, student. Now you see, students, this electromagnet, what I am saying, that when we supply electricity to it, it starts behaving like a magnetism. So basically what happened, when we give the electric current, when electric current passes through the coil of the material or object, magnetism is produced. Okay, so this makes the electromagnet. Okay, so this will make the electromagnet. Now you see here, student, it means that when you give electricity at that time it starts behaving like a magnet, and thus we can say it is an electromagnet. Now, what will happen if suppose you did not supply the electricity, or the supply of the electricity gets stopped? Okay, so as the supply of the electricity gets stopped, the magnetism property, the magnetic property of this electromagnet, it will start losing it, or we can say the property it will lose. Okay, so now it will be not as an electromagnet. It will not behave like that of the electromagnet, students. Okay, so as soon as you are applying that of the electricity to it, it will behave like a magnet. But as the electricity, movement of electric current stops flowing through the coil, stops flowing through the coil. Now electricity is not going through the coil, student, so there will be no formation of the magnetism in it. There will be no formation of the magnetic field inside it, and thus we can say that it will lose the property of the magnetism. So it stops flowing through the coil, thus no magnetism will be there. Will remain there. Thus, it will lose the property of magnetism. Okay, so it will lose the property of the magnetism as the supply of the electricity will stop. Okay, so as soon as you are giving the electricity, it will start of the electromagnet. It will produce a magnetic field around it, and due to the formation of a magnetic field, it starts behaving like a magnet. And that magnet which is formed due to the supply of the electricity, we said them that is a strong magnet, students. Okay, so they are very strong magnet and used for the different purpose. Okay, but as soon as the supply of the electricity stops, then the coil will not form any magnetism around it. Thus no magnetism will be there. So we can say that the material will lose the property. The material will not be the magnet. Okay. So here we can say in case of an electromagnet that we can make object, a material to behave like a magnet. It totally depends on us. It totally desire on us that if we want to switch on or off. It totally depends on us. If it is switch on, so we can say the electricity starts flowing through that of the object, and due to which the magnetism produced, and thus the material will behave like a strong magnet, and we will call the property that is electromagnetism or electromagnet. When we switch off the light, at that time there will be no production, there will be no flow of the electricity through the coil, and thus the property of the magnetism it will lose, and we can say it will be not behave like a electromagnet. Okay, so the electromagnet, although they are the very strong magnet used for the different purpose, used in the industries also, used in the different devices also, but this magnet we can use, it totally depends upon our desire, whether we want to convert it in magnet or whether we don't want to convert it into magnet. Okay, students, so this is that how can we convert an object into magnet, students. So student, till now we had discussed about the property of the magnet. We had discussed how can we convert an object into magnet. Now we will see that what are the precautions we should take while handling a magnet. If suppose we are having a magnet, our responsibility is to retain the property of a magnetism in it. So what are the different precautions that we should take while handling a magnet, student? The first precaution, that we should not drop it from a certain height. Okay, so if you drop it, you have seen your science teacher become so annoyed, so angry if suppose you drop a magnet. Why is it so? Because if you drop the magnet will lose its property of the magnetism. So the first thing, that we should not drop it. Second thing, we should not beat it with the hammer. Okay, so if suppose we had taken a bar magnet and we start beating it with the hammer, then what will happen? Again, it will lose its property. Then the third one, that we should not heat the magnet. Okay, so if a magnet is there, we should never try to heat the magnet, because heating the magnet will also make the magnet to lose its property of the magnetism. Last one, that whenever if you are not using the magnet or magnet is not in use, at that time you should keep them, we should store that magnet properly, so that the property of the magnetism will retain there, will not going to disturb. Okay, student, so we should not heat the magnet, we should not drop the magnet, we should not beat it with a hammer, and when not in use, we should keep them safely, we should keep them properly, so that the property of the magnetism will be not lost by that of the particular magnet. So we will discuss about the precaution and that of the uses and others tomorrow.